Greetings and good day. This is Christopher Fries here at FriisForge, and it is safe to say that I am slightly perturbed. This is a knife that I just recently made for a Viking cutlery set. I like how the knife turned out, but I don't like how the steel performs. Let me explain. The steel that I used for this knife is what I was told, a food-grade stainless steel that is hardenable. This is a specific question in which I put to the proprietor of the store in which I purchased this metal right here. A metal of which I now currently have no use for. I bought this to be used in knife blades. Knife blades no more, not for this. Now I have to think of a new use for it, which I will. Actually, if you have any suggestions of things to be able to make out of 304 non-hardenable stainless steel, please do leave a comment and let me know your ideas. I'm interested to know what they are. And if I like your idea, I might actually make it, and if I do make it and it's your idea, I'll give you a shout out in the video. How about that? No, I'm not upset because 304 isn't hardenable. I should have taken a look myself instead of just taking the word of the supposed expert, the proprietor of this store, a person who specializes in selling metals. If a person who specializes in selling something tells you that something is what it is, what they say it is should be that. I don't want to say the name of the store, and I'm not going to. I don't want to drive business to or from them. I'm not that vindictive. I'm not happy at all. The fault lies with me, in the end. It truly does. I should have pressed for more information. I should have looked up the steel. A simple Google search would have saved me a lot of trouble and this rant. I admit those faults are mine. No, my problem is with people who are supposed to be an expert in their field and they don't have a clue what they're talking about. It's very frustrating, especially for somebody who is very much a beginner. I've been doing this for only a year now, and there's a pretty huge learning curve, especially when it comes to different grades of steels. Some metallurgy of steel is something that still seems somewhat like witchcraft to me, but I'm starting to kind of get it. I don't really understand how steel can be non-magnetic. Stainless steel, like, is it even steel? I don't know. But it seems to me, just seems to me, that if somebody's profession is selling something, that person should be able to provide you with all the information you could ever want about their product. 304 stainless steel makes a very shiny looking knife, but it doesn't make a hardenable knife. This isn't the worst problem in the world because the knife that I decided to make out of this 304 stainless steel is for a cutlery set. So it's not going to be cutting trees, it's going to be cutting steak, chicken, whatever. So that's not the end of the world. Fortunately, I didn't decide to forge this thing out into something like a sword. Put dozens and dozens and dozens of hours into the metal only to find that it wasn't hardenable. I would be a lot more upset than I currently am. Again, the fault does lie with me for not having investigated it on my own and taking somebody's word as truth. It's just very, very frustrating. Have you ever bought something and somebody said it was going to be something and it definitely wasn't that thing? You didn't know at the time, but you sure are wiser now for it. It's an unfortunate experience that probably anybody over 30, definitely anybody over 30 has experienced in the past, so hopefully somebody can relate. But now I have a problem. I have a problem. I now have a bunch of 304 stainless steel that can't be used for knife blades. So now I'm trying to figure out what in the heck am I going to use this stuff for. I don't really like forging it. It's very brittle. Where am I forged? Shut up. These forks, these tines, 304 stainless steel, same stuff, forged out of the round bar, and the tines broke off. The funny thing is, I was working them hot. The really funny thing is, one I cut with a chisel, and I was worried that possibly the chisel cut caused a rag, which caused it to fray and break while I was manipulating the metal to be able to forge it out into the tines. That was this one. So when I forged this one, I decided it would be a good idea to drill out a hole. That would be where the cut would end, and then actually cut it with a grinder as opposed to a chisel, trying to negate any possibility of that. Yet still, the tine broke. The fork is ruined. So now I have a whole bunch of 304 stainless steel that is not hardenable. It is not what I wanted and not what I expected, but I have it, and I'm certainly not going to let it go to waste. So if you've suffered through my ranting, perhaps you're willing to offer some advice. What do you think would be a good thing to make out of this 304 stainless? I have some smaller diameter. I picked it up just because, I don't know, thought it might be interesting. The bigger stuff is kind of more unsettling because stainless steel is not cheap. So I paid a good penny for this stuff, and I really don't know what I want to make with it. I don't want to make a fork. I'm kind of stumped. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. What might be a good thing to make of this? Also, if you have any tips or suggestions on forging it, I'm eager and willing to listen. Well, I think that's enough rambling for me. I don't know how long this has been, but I thank you very much for suffering through it. Thank you very much. May the Force serve you well, even if the experts do not.